Well, good day, my friends. It's Katie and Jordan, and we are at Twin Cities Con in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and we're here to see Sting. He canceled last year, so I wanted to make sure Katie got to see Sting and meet Sting while he's still wearing his makeup, and this is the last year for it. So let's enjoy Twin Cities Con. Daze with Jordan, the Lion, and Katie begins now. Oh yeah, this will be fun. That is a massive Star Wars meetup right there. And Rolf from Jim Henson, Puppet Babies. Cosplay galore. Line isn't quite as bad as it was last year when we came, but the parking was way worse for some reason. Yeah, last year we waited in a long line, like an hour-long line. So Katie and I actually met the great Muda, who I'd wanted to meet forever. We met him last weekend, so gonna try and get him to sign this, and I have a belt I want Sting to also sign. All right, we got our lanyards, in we go. Right away you have great clothes, all the horror shirts. Tons of action figures, tons of clothes, tons of art, and celebrity guests. I think this year they're having, we saw The Mummy, the cast of The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. Where's he going? Even claw machines. And of course weapons, prop weapons. Tons and tons of weapons, basically everything from everything you ever saw. Every anime, every movie, every TV show. Pretty much buy them here. He-Man swords, I mean, Thundercats, they got it all. That's a great bag. It's Luigi. And lots of cosplay. And comic book creators, artists and story writers, they're all here. Nice. The costumes are great. I was curious so close to Halloween if people would be all dressed up for this. Last year we were coming to meet Sting and Lou Diamond Phillips, and we did meet Lou Diamond Phillips. Didn't find out till we got here that Sting had canceled, so.
Route 1.
There's the photo op line.
Legends Duo. Please go to line number 11.
Now that's commitment to a costume right there. Mark Summers from Double Dinger's here. Well, not here, but he's here. Oh, that's great. God, who as a kid didn't watch Double Dare? We can't film the real Sting while he's up there, but we can see the black and white Sting and the NWO Sting over here. Well, they don't let you do any filming or photos unless you're like paying extra for it at the table. So Katie actually did help me and snap a photo. But look, Sting signed with Great Muda, which that is awesome. That's just an epic time in wrestling for me. That's when I first got into it. I already had this signed at Ric Flair's last match by Lex Luger and Diamond Dallas Page. And of course, Rick and Sting signed it right underneath. So to me, this is like the perfect era of like wrestling. So I did want to get a little bit more into detail about this experience, and this is not a knock on Sting. It's actually something I'm not happy with a lot of conventions. And Twin Cities Con, this is like the second time that we've dealt with them 2 years in a row. So last year we bought admission tickets to meet Sting, primarily just coming to meet Sting. And we also, which I think the tickets were like $50 each. So we were $100 in. Then to park, it's another 20 or 30, depending on where you park. Then we got there and they said he canceled last night. So I had pre-purchased the autograph tickets so they could just scan the code when I got up there. Well, it took them several weeks to refund the money. So that was like $86, I think. When you bought them at the table, it was $80. But if you pre-bought online, they're $86.50. So last year, since he didn't show up and we not wasted because we met Lou Diamond Phillips, but we would have not gone had Sting not been there. So we spent the money for parking, the admission, everything, and then it took a while to get the refund. So when we showed up this year, they said Sting was going to be there all day Saturday. There was no cutoff times that we saw online when we showed up and went through. Same deal again this year. We paid for the admission tickets. We didn't pre-buy the autograph because I said, why do that if he cancels again? So I said, I'll just pay cash the table. Well, when we got to where Sting was signing, they said Sting's actually leaving in 10 minutes to go do the posed photos. You can pay $108 and go get a posed photo with a professional photographer with Sting. They take him away from his booth and he has to walk over to another place. So it's kind of time consuming. Before he does that, they tell us, oh, and by the way, he has a 2 o'clock hard out time. When they're telling us this, it's 11:50. I think it was 12:50. So then they say all the people that pre-bought the autographs online get to go in this line and they're going first and we can't guarantee he's going to get to everybody. So I looked at Katie and I go, I pre-bought the tickets last year and he didn't show up, so I didn't pre-buy him this year. And then somebody said, well, they're still available online. You can do it now. So we had to basically, even to give ourselves a chance to meet Sting, which was the sole reason we came for a second year in a row, I had to go online and buy $86.50 tickets instead of the 80 at the booth, because they were honoring those first. So then we got into that line and Sting didn't end up coming back to the booth until like 1:05 or 1:10. So he basically had 50 minutes to sign autographs and that was it. So I was sweating it. I had 2 items, as you saw, I wanted to get signed. And when we went through, Katie ended up taking like a little photo of him, as you can see. And I asked her later, what's the timestamp on that? And it was 1:52. So we were 8 minutes away from not getting to meet him. And that was our sole purpose for going. I looked again online, couldn't find anywhere where they were announcing he was finishing at 2. And people in line were saying the same thing. Hey, when I bought the tickets, it didn't say he was leaving at 2. I thought he was going to be here till 5 when the convention, when everybody else stopped. So that's my biggest beef, is that had we taken 10 more minutes to find parking or shown up 10 minutes later, last year we waited for over an hour just to get into the convention from outside. So we were trying to kind of plan around that. So just know when you're going to these, you're not even guaranteed the autograph that you pay for in some cases. If you're looking for Sting, he's almost done. You were wondering where you could ever find Captain Crunch for a photo? Right here. Oh, look at this, the whole crew from Spaceballs.
I just wanted to do that line. Have fun at your convention. Sorry to interrupt.
We got assholes everywhere. Look at those. Wow. Dr. Chuck Ells? It's a Mog! Half man, half dog. Beware at these conventions for crop dusters, if you know what I mean. I almost feel like we're underdressed not being in costumes. Oh, that's some great art.
think what they have is a lot of more.
That's a whole crew. Great costumes. Nice shoes. Oh, look at the moon head. There's Waldo. I think that's Blade.
So do I.
All kinds of stuff. Wizard robes. I'm a rubber duck collector. Those are great. Drunken alien. Wow, look at that. Thing's huge. They found me again. More Spaceballs. That's the kind of commitment I love. All those guys coming in Spaceballs. What is this over here?
Between me and your mom. I am looking at the back of her head, and that's it.
That's also a good one.
I want a Tengen counseling. I want
Superman. And you can buy your own helmets. Oh, look at this. This is great. Look at all these claw games. And they work. Oh, look at that cool hat, his shark hat. That's a great hat, sir. I love it.
Thank you.
Care Bears. I assume this guy is the Christmas Story leg lamp. If he's not, I'm confused, but if he is, that's a great, great costume. Hello. Little respect shown as they walk through. Dun, da, dun, dun, da, dun, da, dun. Another great costume. Pair of great costumes. Excellent.
So I'm like moving a ball.
So after, attending this, I really feel like I should just kind of reiterate, this is not the kind of meet and greet that you're hoping you can have like a good conversation with the person you're meeting. This is really like a glorified autograph signing. Get your autograph and go, because they really just don't leave enough time for the people while they're there to interact with you or have a conversation. All right, we are finished with Twin Cities Con again this year. Speaking for me, I don't necessarily care for the way they run it. Last year, we were just coming mainly for Sting and Lou Diamond Phillips. Sting canceled the day before and we didn't know. So we spent money to come. And then this year we got in line and they said he's only staying till 2. But he's off taking photos right now. So it was a real crapshoot. It's a fun time anyway, but man, I wish they had a better way of running it. Katie, what did you think? Did you have an opinion on today's festivities?
Well, I'm glad you got your stuff signed. We'll leave it at that.
And she's usually in a pretty good mood after these, but yeah, it was a rough day. So thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.